Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for today's yoga class. My name is Colleen. I'm with Shine On Yoga. We have Sam with us. We have a Fritz with us. So if you have any furry friends with you, they are more than welcome to join. So for today's class, it's going to be really low to the ground, super chill. You don't necessarily, again, need any props, but if you would like some, blocks, bolsters, and blankets. Otherwise, just yourself and a mat would be sufficient. Again, this is going to be a really quick, low to the ground, relaxing practice. We are going to move a little bit and stretch everything out, but nothing super strenuous. I don't even think we're going to do a plank today as we're going through this, so enjoy the break. All right, so let's get started. So you can come to sit on a mat or just whatever surface you have available to you. If you'd like to sit up on a blanket or a block or a bolster, you're more than welcome to. Otherwise, we're going to sit and take a few deep breaths. We're going to put aside anything that we have left to do today. We're going to let go of anything that's happened today. And just focus on using this time and enjoying it for ourselves. So while you are sitting there breathing, I do want to read the card that I pulled for everyone today. And it is Sandpiper Spirit. Its message is to be playful. When your heart is heavy and life seems to weigh you down, Sandpiper Spirit message is to lighten your burden by finding joy and humor in the everyday. Become like a playful child, filled with curiosity and wonder, and soon you will find you feel your own spirit lift. A few minutes or hours of fun-filled delight is exactly what you need now. Enjoy the ridiculousness of life and be willing to jump in. Let your inner goof out to express itself with abandon. It's a nice little message, so if you can find some joy in this practice, you can do so, or some humor. Let's take one more big inhale. And then exhale, go ahead and sigh it out. If your eyes are closed, you can blink them open. We're going to start warming up the neck with some little gentle neck circles. So make sure as you're doing these neck circles that you're not throwing your head around. Just nice and controlled. And after a few moments going one way, we're going to reverse course and go the opposite. Just nice smooth circles. Keep breathing. Just working on any kinks or discomfort. All right, and once you've gone both ways, go ahead and bring it back to center over your mat. And we're going to do a little seated cat-cow. So normally we do this on all fours in a nice tabletop position. We're going to stay here for right now. So on an inhale, really press your chest forward. Feel a nice stretch through your front body. Bring those shoulder blades together. You can use your hands for support on your knees. And then as you exhale, we're going to round through the spine. Drop the chin to the chest. Feel a nice stretch through your back body. Inhale, we'll come through, really feeling a stretch through our chest. And then exhale, round it through. Go ahead and do one more round just on your own inhales and exhales, really feeling that stretch through our back body. And then once you've completed that round, we're going to go ahead and bring it to stillness. And I'm going to flip over to the long side of my mat because we're going to go ahead and come down to our backs. Go ahead and keep your feet flat on the mat. And then walk your feet together, super together, so arch to arch. Once you land there, we're going to send our knees to either side of our mat, Keep the soles of your feet pressed together, kind of like your hands in prayer posture. But we're doing this through our legs in a revert or in a reclined cobbler's pose. Hands can be on your belly, they can be on your legs. If this is uncomfortable for your legs, you can always use a block or a pillow or just anything underneath those knees to bring the ground up to you. From here, we're going to take a moment just to breathe, opening up our hips, feeling a nice stretch. When you're ready, we'll go ahead and bring our knees back together. And then from here, we're going to bring one knee into the chest and then the other. Go ahead and give yourself a little hug here. You can rock back and forth, feeling a little massage on your back. Or maybe you just stay in stillness. If your hands are resting on your shins, go ahead and bring them behind your shins on the back of your legs. And we're going to start rolling up and down the length of the spine so that we can come into a nice seated position. So go ahead and play with this a few times, just rocking back and forth. And then when you're ready, we're going to go ahead and come back up to our seat. Keep your feet on the mat. All right, when you are ready, we are going to engage our abs just a little bit so there's no planks, but we do have a boat pose. So your boat pose may look different than mine, or it may look different from anyone else's. So we're all going to start here, feet flat on the mat, hands behind the legs here, sitting up nice and straight and tall. Now maybe for you, you stay here today. Maybe you want to lean back a little bit more and play with lifting one foot up and then the other. So you can play with that. Maybe you want to play with bringing both feet up. Maybe you want to play with letting go behind, letting those arms go. And then maybe you want to go full boat, lifting those legs up, keeping your chest nice and lifted as you're in this boat pose. Hands reaching up. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And then from here, we can go ahead and cross the legs. We're going to come on through, maybe back the bus up a little bit as we come into a tabletop position to start. So in our tabletop position, knees underneath hip points, feet flat on the mat. Look down at your hands. They should be underneath your shoulder to start, but we're going to walk them one shoulder print in front of, or I'm sorry, one hand print in front of where they were. So they're not going to be directly under your shoulder. From here, we can tuck the toes under, take a nice breath in. And then on your exhale, go ahead and lift those knees up. Shift your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Let those heels grow heavy. Breathe here. Feel a nice stretch through the back body. And then when you're ready, we're going to plant our left foot down. Go ahead and lift those right toes up to hip level. And then from here, bend the knee. Send that right foot behind you so that your hips are stacked. We're coming into a three-legged dog. Take a few moments to breathe here. Feel that opening up through your hip. Try to keep your weight evenly distributed between both hands. One more big inhale. And then exhale, we're going to take our right leg. Go ahead and bring it in towards your central line. Shift forward, look forward. Then we're going to step that right foot up in between our hands. Go ahead and lower onto that left foot and knee coming into a nice slow lunge. Now in this slow lunge, this right leg should be at a nice 90-degree angle. Chest should be nice and lifted. You can always use blocks here to bring the ground up to you. Choose your option. Pull that right hip crease back, left hip crease forward. Take a few breaths here. And then whenever you're ready, we're going to tuck our back left foot in. Go ahead and tuck that foot, lift that knee up, and we're going to step our right foot back to meet our left, coming back into our downward facing dog. Take a moment here to breathe again, shake it out. When you're ready, we'll plant our right foot down. Go ahead and lift those left toes up. Keep them lifted, and then we're going to spin them around, coming into our three-legged dog here. Breathe. And when you're ready, we're going to bring that left knee in towards our center line, in towards our chest, and then we'll step it forward as we come into our low lunge on the other side. Go ahead and make sure you're situated. Nice 90-degree angle there. Chest lifted. Pull that left hip crease back. And finally, when you're ready, we'll tuck those right toes under, lift that right knee up again, and then we'll step it back, downward facing dog. Take a few moments here to breathe. Now wherever you're at, go ahead and come down to your knees. We're going to swing our legs over to one side and come through to a nice comfortable seat. Let your legs stretch out in front of you. And from here, if you would like to use a bolster or a pillow or a blanket, you can to bring on top of your legs. If you don't have any of those things, that's okay. Let's all start out with our knees bent. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. And then exhale, we're going to reach towards our toes, keeping length in our spine. Now, maybe you don't reach your toes today. Maybe you just reach your ankles or maybe the back of your legs, and that's okay. If you are able to reach your toes and you want to play with straightening one foot and then the other, you can. And then eventually, you're going to try and bring your nose to your knees while keeping length in the spine. So again, you can use a block or a blanket here to bring your legs up to you, but yogi's choice. Take a moment here to come into your seated forward fold and breathe. Take one more big inhale. And then exhale, let's roll it all the way back up. Let's come back to our back one more time. So I move my mat a little bit. We'll go ahead and stretch our legs out long and away. And then from here, go ahead and bring your right knee in towards your chest. I'm going to take my right arm out. This is a straight line from my shoulder. And then from here, I'm going to cross my right leg over my midline, coming over to the left. Now try and keep your right shoulder blade down as you come into this little supine twist. I also like to keep my foot that's on top, just on my inner thigh, and then usually my opposite hand on my leg. But it's not pressing or pushing or anything like that. You can look over at your opposite hand if you'd like. Take a few breaths here as we wind it back down. Getting a little stretch in our mid and lower back. From here, we'll return to center. Go ahead and send that right foot out long and away. We'll bring our left leg in to the center. And when you're ready, we'll go ahead and cross it over the opposite side. Take a few breaths here. One more big inhale. And then exhale, we'll return back to center. And from here, you can go ahead and find a seat that is comfortable for you so we can close out of our practice today. Once you're in a comfortable seat, we're going to take a moment. We're going to take 3 inhales and exhales before we close out our session today. I'm not going to count you in. This is just done on your own. Finally, when you're ready, let's take our last one. And I want to thank you so much for joining me for today's short little practice. I hope you found it beneficial. I hope you feel looser in your body, maybe a little bit more calm in your mind. For those of you on the live, I do have a YouTube channel that has all of my past practices. They are completely free. The link for that is in my bio, or you can search Shine on Yoga LLC to find me. And if you subscribe, then you will get notified once I put out new videos. For those of you watching the replay on YouTube, thank you so much for joining. Know that you had a great group of people watching this live, so you're not doing this alone. You are doing this with others, even if it's a different time. And if you are watching this, most likely you did subscribe, so thank you so much. I appreciate it. If there's anything that you would like to work on or practice, let me know in the comments. I do read them, and I try to incorporate any asana poses that you would like. And I think that's about it. I plan to be back next week with a brand new practice on TikTok Live. So if you are watching the replay and you'd like to join me on TikTok, you can find me there. I believe the link is in my bio for that. But yeah, I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of the week. If you're like where I'm at and it's a little bit warm, make sure to drink your water and stay hydrated and be safe and stay healthy. I'll see you guys next week. Namaste.